Hey guys, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Ricky, and there's someone else that I would also like to introduce you to, and that is Stitch. This is my Foxbody, and I imagine that all of you are wondering why that I'm bringing up a video about Stitch and I. Well, I'll give you a little bit of a backstory. This last year I went through some hard times, had some interesting things going on in my life that made me reevaluate everything. Now, I've always loved cars, always had an admiration for cars, always had an interest in them, but I had life holding me back for a little while. Well, instead of allowing it to continue to hold me back, I went ahead and decided to get myself back into the car scene. So I found Stitch. A buddy of mine had him, and I went ahead and purchased him. A great car. He's all stock. He had been wrecked and was put together from two cars and then painted this metallic blue. He had 120,000 original miles on the 302, which was great. So I wanted to get back into the racing scene. I wanted to get back into everything else that was going on in my life that made me happy. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna start building Stitch up myself. Now, most of women working on cars is far and few between, and I'm still learning. I'm doing my research. I'm going to school for it currently, and I'm doing my best to, learn the ins and outs and learn the little quirks and learn the details to help me build my car. Now, as most of us are aware, race car is expensive. We try really hard to handle everything on a budget. Most of us do, because we know where to put our money and where not to put our money. Well, and Stitch, my car, is the definition of a shitbox. I love him to death. He has so much value to me, but to other people, they're going to look at him and be like, yeah, okay, that car's stupid. Why even waste your time on it? Well, guess what? I'm going to, quote unquote, waste my time on him and make him so much fun. I have so many plans for him, and I have plans for other cars that I have in my life right now. But right now, my focus is on him because I was lucky enough to get put into Rocky Mountain Race Week this year. So I put myself into the 13.0 class for this car. Now you're thinking, okay, stock car, yeah, right, never gonna make it. Even at low elevation, those cars ran 15s. And you're right, I took the car out stock at one of my local dragways down in Roswell, New Mexico, and I ended up running a 16 flat was my best time. Super slow, super fun, but super slow. So I decided now, with the way the car is, 3 seconds is a tall order. But I am going to attempt it. I'm going to do everything I can, and I want you all to follow the journey with me. And honestly, I would like your help. If you're watching me change everything out and you have recommendations on parts, on things that I'm doing, on stuff that can make this build better for a reasonable price, then I am all for it. And I'm also in for the experience. I'm looking forward to changing everything out. I'm looking forward to making things better on this car, and I have a great build that I have lined up for him for next year. Now, with Rocky Mountain Race Week being a week-long event, I didn't want to make him too fast. So I thought 13 seconds was fairly reasonable, especially for someone for the first time going to this event. As some of you know, some of you probably don't know, you have to drive, in between the races. You race at Bandimere, and then you drive up to Kearney, Nebraska, and then you drive to Kansas, and then you drive to Pueblo. All in the midst of all that, you're doing the races, and then the one with the lowest time and most consistent times, they win those classes. Super excited about it because it's the best of both worlds. I love cruises. I love taking my car out and driving, and I love racing in. Stitch and I have quite a bond, and he has definitely been something in my life that I've looked forward to. I have many things to look forward to, but he's something new to look forward to and to continue to build on. So, like I said, I went down to Roswell Dragway and I ended up running a 16 flat on a stock car. I was, pumped. Just getting down the dragway, having my base numbers. I'll show you a video of how it went. Burnouts were great in the car. Now, I'm looking at making all these changes in my car and doing it myself to, have that greater connection. Changing to 373s in the rear end, putting a new cam in the 302, looking at heads, cold air intake, even little things such as a 130 amp alternator, because we all know that the 70 amp alternator in Foxbodies are junk. New pulleys, just a new exhaust, new headers, just different things that's going to make this car jump. That's going to, make it better for me going down the road and on the dragway. So, but this is the first of many builds that I would like to share with all of you. I'm excited for this event. I'm super, super pumped about it, So basically this is my first build here is going to be my shitbox budget build for Rocky Mountain Race Week, So, and I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. I'm super excited about it. I'm trying to encourage more women to get into this, like I am. Like I said, I had a passion for cars since I was 14 years old. However, life gets in the way and allows you to stop those passions for a while. Not anymore, not for me, and I'm hoping not for anyone else. And I'm asking for y'all, to check this out, see how it's going to go. I'm going to post about all the different builds, about everything that's going on, all the changes that I'm going to do to myself, that I'm going to add to the car to make it better. And then I want to show you how he does at Rocky Mountain Race Week. And in the middle of all the changes that I'm doing to him, I want to see what the improvements actually do for my car. If I don't get to the dragway again, I have a draggy, so I'm going to test that out, and I'm going to show you in different videos like what kind of improvements can be made to the car, or what kind of improvements does that particular improvement on the car do. Like say I put 373s in the ass end of this car and it goes up by half a second. Cold air intake with a 70mm throttle body. We're going to see what that does. We're going to see what the cam does. We're going to see, what new headers and exhaust does, so I'm super excited about this. I hope you guys are too, and I really hope you subscribe to my page so you can continue to see the improvements to Stitch and what's going on in Rocky Mountain Race Week, and all the other future builds that I plan on doing. So I really look forward to hearing from all of y'all. I hope you subscribe to my channel, as well as subscribing to my Instagram, Just a Girl and Her Cars. Thanks a bunch. Bye.